Hello everyone, this is Vicky Stitchnbutton, and today is Wednesday the 8th of October. So we are into the spooky October, all things Halloween, most things Halloween, I guess. And this is Flosstube number 192, and I'm here to give you my update. I've got starts, stitching, giveaway, I've got some crochet, I did a little bit of shopping, I've got a new item in the shop, and then I've got some plans for you. Over the past couple of weeks, I ended up going into full let's get sewing and shipping, and that's what I did. I was able to get all my Halloween bags out, my mystery Halloween bags out, so anybody that's watching and has purchased, I want to give you a heartfelt thank you, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I like putting it together. I do have one that I have for myself, and I think I'm going to do a separate unboxing video. That way, just in case anybody hasn't gotten it yet and wants a surprise or saving it, that way there's no spoilers. And I've got Flosstube itchy nose all of a sudden. So what have I been up to? Besides the sewing, I also did a whole bunch of beading. I had to make a couple of beaded things for some orders. One of them that had to go in with the Halloween bag because it was being shipped overseas, so she combined some orders in with it too to make the shipping worthwhile. I ended up doing a bunch of thread keeps. So if you are interested in thread keeps and other such stitchy items, go ahead over to my group. The link is in the description box below. I still have some Halloween bags available along with some other bags. I've got workbooks, small bags, tons of needle minders. I went through and did, I think I inventoried just needle minders for about something called, I saw something out of the corner of my eye. I wasn't sure if it was a spider. It was just a shadow. Almost lost it. So yeah, I spent almost 6 hours just inventorying needle minders, and so just check it out. Go to the album section. Everything's in albums. I tried to keep it all nice and neat. I even made a separate album just for scissors. So check it out. Now, what have I been doing? I did some shopping, which I will show you. And in shopping and putting some stuff away and making some decisions, it gave me a chance to do some giveaways. So that'll come up. But I also did some starts. I finished my Wizard of Oz from the Little Stitcher, and I told you I like her, a bunch of her charts. That she's got a couple of different series going on. One's like fairy tales, and another one, there's different series. Anyway, I did Wizard of Oz, and then I actually ended up starting Mary Poppins. This is the Little Stitcher on Etsy. And I think I got in 500 stitches on her, guys. She is being stitched on a 32 count Lugana. It's a mystery fabric. I don't know who the dyer is or where I got the fabric from. And I am using the called for DMC. And here's where I got to. Alright, here we go. Fold in half so you can see better. So I did Mary Poe, and then I moved down to the border. Now, there's a method to the madness. I started in the upper left-hand corner, and so I started with her name. But this border goes on all the way across, so, let me see. So it goes all the way across, and you don't want to lose count. So I went across with, like, a strand, did some lettering, did that, and then that meant I could count down to here, and that's what I started on in the gray. And I got 500 stitches in. I think I did some prompts for Jurassic stitches for it, and it flowed pretty well. I'm happy with my start. Not sure when she'll come out again, but in that, I ended up, you'll see a little bit later, I ended up buying yet another chart from the Little Stitcher, because one down, might as well get another one. I have a few. I have a few on tap that I can kit up, but I figured I'd buy one here, one there. So that's a new start. Next new start was something I said I was going to start, and that is My Scissors, My Rolls from Heartstring Samplery. I toyed with, I toyed with possibly buying the PDF, but it's only a 2-page chart, so I decided to just go ahead and use the chart instead. Now there are a couple of things that I did buy another one of her charts, and I'll show you that. But I bought another one of her charts in PDF to make it easier because it's several pages, and it's just easier to put it into, I think I ended up putting it in Pattern Keeper. So I started My Scissors, My Rolls, and that is being stitched on 32 count flower press. It's an even weave from Fabric Flair that I got as one of my fabric of the months a few years ago. And here is what it's looking like so far. This looks like it's going to go into a pair of scissors that way, but it's actually going down into a pair of scissors. It's just the way, there you go. And I am using PR 148. It's from Silks For You. So it's given that good variegated color. I'm happy with the way it looks, and I ended up doing 278 stitches on her. I know I used it for a couple of prompts on Jurassic, I think, but I enjoyed the stitch, and that'll be a thing for a while, I guess. It shouldn't take too long. It's famous last words. It doesn't look like it's too stitch heavy. Okay, those were my new starts, and then I went into some planned stitches. I did my whip go choices. Trying to think. Where's my? Okay, I had finished the Waka earlier in the month, and the last one I had was Raven with Full Moon. I had to do at least 300 stitches, and I ended up doing 400. I think I was doing prompts again. This is being stitched on 16 count Dove Gray 8, 16 count Dove Gray 8, 2 over 1 full stitch. And 400 stitches got me there, which is this part in here. Now he'll get some more love because I got to do at least another 300 stitches for this month because it was chosen again for another Whip Go prompt. So he will get some more stitches in. And that's why he's still on the Q-snap. I gotta put that there. I have a bin for those things that I'm planning on stitching this month. That way that I don't have to go looking for them, right? Right. Next, I did some stitching on my Mandala Dragonfly, and I think it was for a prompt for Whippagories last month. I didn't finish my Whippagories for last month, but I still stitched this as a prompt. And this is Mandala Dragonfly. It's from, oops, I didn't open up the bag. There's a lot of fiddly stitches, so I ended up pulling out my Pecco, or I guess I could call it a Daco because it's off name brand. It's a cheaper version. What did I do? What did I do? Oh. One moment, please. But because the color changes are so frequent, I ended up putting it in here. And here's the picture. It's from Awesome Pattern Studio. And they have a website. You don't have to get it off the Etsy. I think I purchased mine off of Etsy. but I think they have a website now. And this is on 28 count Opal Lugana from Silk Weaver, and I don't have a name of it. I don't have the name of the fabric. But there he is. I'm almost done this wing. I don't have too much more of that wing to do. And then I need to do some more of the face. I think that's around the eyes and the other wings. I'm trying to figure out, I left this on the Nerge, but I think I'm done with it for now. I think I did the stitches I need to do. I put in 500 stitches. I think I left it out because I was going to push to try to finish it. And I still want to push to try to finish it because there's not that many stitches left. It's a hot mess back there because of all the color changes. Yeah, if you look, I have some fill-in all throughout. It's hard to see because the fabric sort of matches it well. But there's some fill-in in here, and then I have to go around. And there's no beads in this one. So it's all just fiddly stitching. Alright, I'm going to pull this out of here for now. Because I'm going to need this Nerge. But I'll leave it in my pile of get some more stitches on. How's that? There. I stitched on... Why did I stitch on this? This was for a prompt. Wasn't it? Oh, this is for my grid iron grind piece. I am far behind on it and needed a lot more stitches. This is my full coverage. My goodness, words. This is the full coverage that I chose for the full coverage portion of my grid iron grind, and then I have a non-full coverage. I was a few weeks behind, and I have no brains. That's what I have. I have no brains. Frank is just getting home from work. That's a distraction. Okay. I was back by a few weeks. So I finished September 4th, which I had to do 240 stitches on. I did 253. Then I had to do September 14th, I had to do 200 stitches. I got those done last night. Now I have 330 for September 21st, and then 310 for September 28th. And unfortunately, we lost. And for October 5th, I have 170. So I have a good amount of stitches to do on this. It's staying on the Nerge. It's okay. I'm getting more stitches in. High score games is killing me. That's part of it. So I have worked on a whole bunch in here. I even put some Kreinik in last night. That's this right here. And I worked a whole bunch of stuff in here to try to get that finished. Basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to do page 2, which is all going to be in here. But I'd rather work over here and move my way over. It helps me keep count. So this is staying on the Nerge because I have a lot more stitches to do. The other one that I need to get stitches on is I have 260, then 310, then 170. So I'm 3 weeks behind on that one. And since I finished my Philly special, I replaced my non-full coverage with this Vintage Cycles, the 1940 Indian. That's this piece here. And this one's being stitched on fabric. I don't know where the card went for it. Did it go? Oh, it's on the back. Okay, I haven't stitched on this since 2023. It's being stitched on 32 count Ren from Picture This Plus, using the called for DMC and a Kreinik, or I don't even know if it, did I use Granic or I might have pulled the DMC Light Effects. Ew, why would I do that? Anyway, here is where I'm starting out at. That's what it looked like. So I have 3 weeks worth to put in there. And I don't know how I want to tackle this. Probably end up just finishing the front and starting to move back. Seems like the logical way to tackle that. So 3 weeks worth of gridiron stitching on that should give it not quite a tire, because there's a lot of stitches in that. That goes in my plan stitching. And then I have one more thing I stitched, and that is for my Whip War game that I'm doing with my friend Janice. I ended up having to do 170 stitches on this, the Fox of the First Snowflakes, and that is by Stitch Heart UA on Etsy. I am doing mine on white, 18 count, 2 threads with DMC. And this is where he's at after his last 170 stitches. What did I stitch on? I think it was mostly up in this ear, filling that in and putting stuff in the ear. I have drawn again, and I have a big amount to stitch on him, so he needs to be stitched on. I did let her know that I was not stitching on last week, or maybe a week and a half ago, but she knows because I've been busy. I forgot to put this away. Gotta put my threads back. Yeah, so Janice knows that I needed to get some other stitching done. She's fine. She had some other stuff she wanted to stitch on too. So we're good. We're good. That is all the stitching I did. Let me do the giveaway while I'm thinking about it. And this also will go into purchases. So I showed my purchases last video, and then I was putting stuff away and I realized I purchased this. I got it as a giveaway. It was a freebie from my retreat, and then I ended up buying this anyway. I thought I saw it. Who knows? What am I thinking? I don't know. But that means I get to give this one away. It's fine. The money went to a charity. It's fine. So, Monster Movie Night. We are going to do keyword monster. So if you would like to win the giveaway, make sure that you don't say giveaway or those type of trigger words. And there is a link below that has Flosstube contact information. You put in your contact information. You can fill out all or some, but I'll need your mailing address. And when you put in your mailing address, don't forget to put the city, state, and zip code, because just giving me your street address does not help. If you've moved, go put in your information again. Okay? I don't know that it'll let you edit your information, but you can at least go put your information again. So I have your most recent address. Keyword is going to be monster. So comment monster if you would like to win this one. My next one is a replacement. Well, I replaced it. I decided, I was talking with Kate from Fickle Stitches, and I think we might start this together. We haven't made any definite plans or anything, but we were talking about wanting to stitch this. She's mulling over what fabric, what threads and stuff. I've already had it kitted, and that what I'm talking about is this Ink Circles, the modestly sized red ship of life. I have mine kitted out with Silks for You, and it's ready to go. While in talking, I ended up going over to Ink Circles website, and I bought the PDF because it'll just be so much easier to do PDF with something this big. And that means that I will be giving away this chart. Now, I don't know what happened. It must have got heated because look at I don't know. Who knows? But the chart is fine. And if you would like to win this, the keyword is going to be ship. This is a big one, just to let you know. It's $2.99 by $2.69. and it ends up being on 36 count over 2 threads, 16 3/4 by 15 inches. So you're probably going to need a half yard unless you do it really small. So you're probably going to need a half yard of fabric to stitch this. I'm pretty sure there's all full stitches, so you can still use Ada if you'd like. What is up next? I have my other purchases. Let's filter through purchases and such. So I told you I went and bought another little stitcher design, and this is the one I landed on for this time. It's Matter Curie, and I was talking to somebody, I think it was Kate again. I may have to do a glow in the dark around her face and in some of these vials because she died from radiation poisoning. So I'm thinking might need some glow in the dark to jazz it up a little bit when I start that. So for now, we are not kidding that up and starting that. This is I might start this month because FOMO, and I like this chart, and I liked it. I was going to buy it anyway, and then a couple people started it, and it is from Boomerang Stitches. I like City Lights. I think Kate started the Monarch. I'm not sure if the other person started the Monarch or another one, but I like City Lights, so I purchased this one. They have a sale. I don't know if it's as you're watching this video, but you can check it out on Instagram. I'm not on Instagram, on Etsy. You can buy the hard copy. I know Sammy J from Tiny Hummingbird can get that for you if she doesn't have one already. And her link is in the description box below. But this is going to go on white, so I still need to finish kitting it up. I am going to put this, I think, I have some white even weave. I think that's what I'm going to put it on. I think it's 28 count. And I'm going to use DMC. I already have the card written up on the other side. The numbers are on there and how much I'm going to need. So I need to pull the threads and the fabric and cut the fabric. Another thing I bought was, remember I said, I bought the chart, the PDF for Scary Sampler. I'm still keeping the hard copy for right now, but I may do a giveaway for that in the future. So Scary Sampler I have in Pattern Keeper, and I was able to mark it off. And I know that this flower, Demigorgon, is up by too much, by 1. I think up and over by 1, and I have a note on my written working copy for that. And I guess that's another reason why I want to just keep the regular chart for now until I get over that hump, which is going over here. So that's another chart that I purchased. What else? I got something in the mail. I ordered this a few weeks ago. I ordered from Stitching Goddess Designs. I will put her link below. She has a website, and you can order her shirts that she makes. This is a shirt from her. And now this is a shirt. Are you ready for some stitching? And if you look, the circles are actually hoops, and the arrows are needles. I didn't even notice that when she showed this to me to start with. This is not white, actually. If you look, it is silver. So this is semi-Eagles green. They're midnight green. It is a green, not an aqua, but close enough. This isn't the bright aqua of like the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I love this color anyway, so it doesn't matter. So this is my shirt, my football shirt. We lost one. It's fine. We're 4-1. It is what it is. Should we have lost? No. I think that they were almost asking for it the way they've been playing. They've been getting by the skin of their teeth, and that's not going to sustain you for a whole season. So get your poop in a group, Eagles. What else? This is purchased a little while ago and then got it in the mail after my video. Probably like the day after my video, so it's fine. I had gone to the Harvest, I don't remember what they call it. Harvest Moon Stitching, that's what it was, with Lindy Stitches, and I made purchases there. I did end up needing to get a package mailed to me, and these are some of the things that I bought when I was there. I got these Poutini ornamental. I guess you can use them as counting pins. I am going to put them in one of my many little pincushion things as ornaments. They did send this orange hot cocoa magical mix. Very cute. I don't know I can do orange hot cocoa. And then I bought this Velt from Pictures Plus. It is a fat quarter, 32 count. And I will take this one out of the bag. This was a Harvest Moon exclusive fabric from Fiberlicious. It's called Sepia Sorcery. I bought the 32 count fat quarter Lugana. And this is what it looks like. It's purple with some rusty browns in it. Brown reds. So of course I had to get that. And then there was a couple of people I knew that didn't attend and wanted it, so I ordered some for them too and got that mailed out. So that's fabric that needs to be put away now. What else did I get? I had ordered from somebody that actually ends up, it happens to be a friend of mine, and he was selling some stuff on Stash Unload, and one of the things, and good prices too, I bought Hawaiian Sea Turtle. It is by Salty Stitcher Designs. It was the kit. Well, semi-kitted. Okay, so it's the design and the sulkies that come with it. So I bought that. And I have plenty of blue fabrics I can choose. And then he was also selling a yard. Yeah. This is a full yard of 28 count Lugana. In doubloon, which is a great color. And that's a half yard. Isn't it? It's a half yard. That's fine. I want to say, is it? Yeah. The tag says yard. It is a half yard, though. I am positive. And I'm very happy with this. It was a good price. Why not? And it's a great color. I've used this for a couple of things. So, put that away. I've been wanting to do Tunisian crochet. So I crochet. I've shown you things that I've crocheted, and I've been crocheting a long time. I taught myself about 30 years ago, almost now. Let me date myself. In my 20s. No, yeah, in my teens and 20s, I taught myself how to crochet. Now, I crocheted when I was like 13, and I only knew how to do a granny square, and it wasn't even proper, because I would just go around in a circle with it. I say circle, but it's a square. I would go around in a square, but I wasn't stopping at the final corner. I was just making it. Anyway, if you crochet, you know what I mean. I've had a double-ended hook, and I've had a Tunisian crochet hook before, and I never knew what it was for. It sort of reminded me of a knitting needle with a hook on it, and I will show you this, like something like this. But I taught myself how to read the crochet patterns so I can make more than a granny square. I've made doilies, I've made baby outfits, like the bonnet and booties and sweater type thing. I've been wanting Tunisian crochet. I will link her below. There are a couple people that I follow in the crochet world, and a couple that I've bookmarked for later viewing. But TL, I think it's TL Yarn Crafts, or TL Crafts. No, TL Yarn Crafts. Her name is Tony. I love her. She is very good at teaching. I wish I was as well. I did as well at teaching as she does. She explains things excellently. she has a whole playlist of Tunisian crochet designs and how to, and starting from the basics and what you'll need, and just to start, because you don't need one of everything when you're starting, even though I'm one that's, you know, both feet in the pool. So that being said, I've been wanting to do a Tunisian crochet because I haven't done it before, and I threw both feet in the pool, and I ordered 2 different sets of hooks because I wasn't sure which ones I wanted. And I ordered from Amazon. Not that expensive, by the way. And I ordered a whole set of the Tunisian hooks that are straight. And then I ordered the circular ones. They're called circular, but they're wired. And I say I am glad that I bought both, because while those hooks are good, the one I needed was a 6.5 millimeter, and it's not in the straight ones, and I wish there was. So I'm gonna have to get a 6.5 millimeter hook, because I'm using this one, and this is this swaps out. You can unscrew this whole wire, and this is a stopper. You can unscrew that. And just know that Tunisian crochet curls, and it's because of the way you have to go in the front portion all of the time, so it ends up curling. And I haven't looked up the tips and tricks on how to get it to uncurl or not to curl, but I just started this last night. So this is what I've done so far. And why is it like this? Is not a scarf, and I know why this did this. Now I'm realizing why that did that, and it'll be fine for what I'm going to use it for. It's going to be an ear warmer that connects in the center, so you won't even notice any of that, because it'll be sort of, you know, it's fine. Everything's fine. It's my first one. I need 53 rows. And I think I'm at like 32 or 33 rows right now. I am using Big Twist. You can get Big Twist, I think, from Michaels. Some Michaels are starting to carry it, but I bought this from Joann's before they went out of business. And this color I am using is called Cream. I do have a dark blue also, so I just want to start with something simple. I'm not mad. This set, both sets were under $20 a piece. This is the set that has, it came just like this. Comes on this, in this fake leather hard, it's pretty sturdy. On this board, and even with these, let's see what these scissors do. Oh, they won't open. That's because, not bad, but it does have blue on the blade. Okay. And so, anyway, it came with the scissors also. Under $20 for the whole set. These are all the different sizes. Obviously, the 6.5 is missing. And then on the other side is, this came from the inside of this. So, I guess the dye rubbed off on it. That's fine. I could probably get it off with some alcohol if I really tried. But these are the cords I was telling you about that screw on either end. And then one of the things that Tony did not, from TL Yarn Crafts, is she mentioned about a key being with some circular set, and I didn't know what it was for, but I did figure out the key is for when you're screwing in, there's a little hole, you can tighten it. And then this is a little rubber piece to hold on to it, like a little gripper. And these are other stoppers, and this is a type of stopper also. You screw the, no, it's not a type of stopper. It's an extender, so you can make it even longer if you need to, because you can actually make whole Tunisian blankets. So you'd need a very long cord. Anyway, under $20. If you are interested in getting a set and would like to know, just contact me, message me, email me, and I will get the link to you from Amazon for them. This came in an envelope like this, and the top was tattered, and I was lucky that none fell out. This came fully wrapped up and in a box, so it was it was definitely wrapped up tighter and better. And then I showed you, I got one of his, he's got 2 cookbooks. I got the other one and showed that to you last time. And so I went and bought this one. Because I think this is the one I originally wanted anyway. I'm not mad at getting the other one first. It's fine. But this is a lot of those recipes that B. Dylan Hollis has on his TikToks. And I think there's reels of him also. I'm not quite sure. But these are all recipes from the 90s to 1980s. 1900s to 1980s. And he even puts the fails in here. Dudes. One of the fails, pickled cheesecake. What? Prune whip pie. SpaghettiOs Jello ring. That is so gagsome just looking at it. I couldn't imagine. He put them in there just so, I mean, if you don't believe them, you can try it. But there's a lot of great recipes in there. I still need to go through and bookmark a whole bunch of those. We've made it this far. Wrap up. I have 1, 2, 3 weeks each, because I didn't even do it on my full coverage and on my non-full coverage for Gridiron Grind. It's okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I have both of my whip goes to do. That's fine. As far as whippagories, I'm not sure if I'm going to do them, but I'll try. So, I have my Raven with Full Moon, and then Tiger Lily for Whipco this month. This is where she's at. So she needs to get at least another 300 stitches. These people are making me stitch on stuff. Making me try to get things done. So that's a plan. For the whippagories, we've got one of the categories is seasonal. So we're going to go with Winter Sampler. Winter Sampler by Jan Lynn. It's the kit. I replaced the fabric with flax cashel linen, and this is where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I've been having a mental block with this every time I work on it, even though I did get it into Markup XP finally. So we'll see how much I can get done. I think it's pretty. I would like to get it done. What else am I planning on stitching on? This one I did not pull out the picture for, but it is for Scenic, and that's Around the World in 80 Days, which is by Little House. It's being stitched on 32 count Poltergeist Lugana from Silk Weaver. And this is where I'm at. This is why I say it's Scenic. It's got some ships here. And the sea. It's fine. There's a lot more stitching in this than I ever thought there would be. I was just wondering the other day where this needle minder was, because I have the Never-Ending Story from Little Stitcher that I could possibly stitch. So I was wondering where that needle minder was. By the way, it is available in my shop. Next up, Oldest Whip. Well, Oldest Whip is going to have to be Animal Magnetism. And since I don't have it on the Nerge, I will show you where I'm at. I'm supposed to work on it every month. I have not done so. I'm horrible. It's fine. I've got a love-hate relationship with this. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous when it's done, but it is what it is. Here we are. So everything over here is done. We are all done with the back stitching. We are all done with the stitches in here. That is all done, and I'm pretty sure it's done from here on up, because everything in here for this. I have to put white in because it's supposed to be done on white fabric. And I need to show the clouds. And that's not a big deal. It's only half stitches. I just have to feather that in. It's fine. What else? I have the top to finish. I'm good over here. I have border and half stitches of the globe in there to do. And then obviously all this down here. But it's still looking pretty good, guys. I love that I put his face in. Gives him a little bit more character. He's giving a little cutesy eye. I think he's flirting. So we need to get about 300 stitches in on that one. We need a lot more, but small chunks, right? That one's in the plans. Closest to a finish. I suspect that my closest to a finish is my Haunted Hearse from Satsuma Street. Which way is up? Okay, here we go. And that's where we're at with that. Well, I get it done. 300 stitches is not going to get it done. It's pretty stitch heavy. But it's still one that I am aiming to finish by the end of the year. So that was already in the works to try to get working on that. And then we have beads specialty stitches for the last of the Whip Go. I mean not Whip Go, that's my other things. For the last of the Whip Gories. Now, I have not decided. Because I have beads in Tiger Lily, I could piggyback those. I could double dip on those. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I have a new product that I put in my shop. You just have to go to my group. The link is below. And then go to albums, and one of the top albums should be magnetic needle tins. I started making some magnetic needle tins, and I started out with some Halloween stuff, obviously, because it's spooky October. And here's ones that I put in so far. You bring out my inner serial killer. Dead inside but caffeinated. Got a little witch broom hat moon, witch's brew, and it does have a needle and a magnet inside. Drink Up Witches, a more plain one, just a broom and a witch's hat. Zombie's Blood, Bat Wings, and Black Cat Hisses. I also have Phases of the Moon Whale. I have this in 2 different colors. If only closed minds had closed mouths. Strong Women Don't Wilt, They Bloom. A couple of different colors of the I Heart cross stitch, Heart 2 cross stitch, and one that says coffee. So those are all in the shop. If you go and click on the link below, go to the shop, go to the group, go to albums and click on that album. Anyone that you like, click on the picture and say me please. That's how you claim on my group. And plans, more plans. Possible and probable starts. We will see. At the end of the month, we will see. So, possible start is going to be this Halloween Resurrection from Long Meadow Lane. Possible start is going to be Witches in the Air from Not Forgotten Farms. Not sure when I'm going to start is my ink circles. My modestly sized red ship of life. Possible / probable start. Candy corn and pumpkin. I really want to get that started. I think it's too cute. Probable start. Coffee addiction. Because I didn't start it last month and I wanted to. Probable start. And not sure exactly when. But I want to stitch this Long Dog Samplers Old Stitchers Never Die. It's got the hearse on it. I have it all kitted up. And maybe I'm thinking I'd like to do it for Halloween. It's a Friday night. I'm going to write that down. Let's write that down. Because if I don't write it down, right? If anybody would like to join me, go ahead and get it kitted up. We're going to do Halloween, new start of Old Stitchers Never Die. And not only do I like the Long Dog, but I think it's more of an homage to recent Stitchers and past Stitchers that we've lost along the way. I think it's very apropos. So, Old Stitchers Never Die, Long Dog Samplers. Let's get it started on the 31st. Let me know if you're going to join me or you're going to try to join me. Or maybe if you don't want to stitch this particular one, maybe there's another one that you'd like to join in with. Shepherd's Bush Scary. Possible start. Got all the stuff here and the bag. So that's a possible. More than likely, probable start is going to be this Coffee House Witches. I have it all kitted up. By the way, I bought these bags. I forget how much they were. It was like a stack of 10. You get 2 of 5 different colors from Amazon. If you're interested in the link, let me know. I will give it to you. I will share with you. And you can hang it. So that's a probable start. And this is a definite start. This one I am going to start. A few months ago, Primitive Needle decided, the daughter of the designer finally decided to start creating new PDFs of her mother's designs, Lisa Roswell. She passed away, many years back, more than 10. And it was sudden, and the family at first did not want to do anything with the designs. They didn't want them reprinted. They didn't want to deal with it. The daughter has now since decided she is going to do the PDFs and release those on a website. And good for her. We thank her. And they are at I would say, a very fair cost, which is better than Prairie Moon did, in my opinion. And so I went and bought one, and it's called Simply Live. It's one that I didn't even realize she had, and in this world today, I think this bodes well. Live simply, that others may simply live. Yes, please. So I wanted to get this started. Well, I had put the word out there. Hey, did you get anything? Did you see that they're selling again? And Jesse's like, well, if they do Witches Hollow, I am definitely going to buy that. And lo and behold, I look, and she had just released it that day. Jesse bought it, and we decided we were going to start our Primitive Needles together. And then we remembered at the end of last month, like 2 weeks ago, oh no, we did say we were going to do that. So we decided we're going to start on the 13th. We were going to start on October 13th. So if anybody else has a Primitive Needle design that they would like to start, then we would like for you to join us. I don't have a hashtag. How about hashtag Primitive Needle Reboot? I'll write that down. Hashtag primitive needle reboot. That's a tentative hashtag. I will let you know if it changes, but that's what I'm going to go with. Hashtag primitive needle reboot. If you would like to start any of your primitive needles, or even just stitch on your current primitive needles if you have had old stock, go ahead and give us a join on the 13th. That is a Monday. I don't celebrate Columbus Day, so we're just going to go with do what you love and ignore the bad ones, right? All right. That's all I got. I have to clean up. I have to get this edited. Not minimal editing, by the way. And I have to go eat. It's dinner time. Frank is home, and we like to eat together, at least one meal, right? I hope everyone's doing well. I should be back in 2 weeks, which is the 22nd of October. I will let you know how everything went as far as any kind of plans that I was going to do and how my crochet went. More than likely, cross your fingers, this little headband thing should be finished, and I'd like to start another one or a different kind of one. We'll see how that goes, how much crocheting I end up doing. I will see you in 2 weeks. I hope everyone is well again. And don't forget, don't let anyone steal your sunshine.